Kia ora koutou. Kia ora koutou I tēnei pō. It's 10:30 in Aotearoa. It's a live coaching call. I'm sorry I didn't get an opportunity to let you know I was going to pop on, but I know maybe you'll pick this up in due course. Just a couple of things I'd like to run over. And before I forget, I have put a new post up in our Ngā Hauewha page. It's our other page. And while we've been here in the event, for the 4-day event webinar and starting this course, we've been quite busy. And in the meantime, quite a few people have joined Ngā Hauewha, where we do weekly challenges and monthly iiWānanga as well, supported with a Sunday class. I've just put another post up in there. They needed somewhere to start. So I've put a new welcome post in there for the whānau in there. And some of you are in there as well. I would like to ask those of you in here that have done your mihi, that have done a Paku Mihi, a short mihi, and a waiata in this page, would you please consider popping your mihi and your tuhinga in that other page as well, just to get it started. I've put a new one in there. I've had a few in, but I've put a fresh one in there, and I've put it up in announcements. And I would appreciate it. A few of you have just done a new mihi in here. I think there was Kahira, Lana, Jan, Logan, Wikitoria. Might have been some others. And there's still some coming. So Jan, I think I said that. So could you please take your mihi you did in here and pop it into the in the wānanga as well. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. That's first of all. And that's going to help the others. And I'd like us to think about going back and supporting the wānanga too, because that's going to strengthen and consolidate what we're learning in here in this course, our immersion for beginners. Ka pai? So even though it's live, I can see I've got one number there, one person. Tēnā koe, thank you for joining me. I can't see the comments, so, but I'll crack on. The other night we were talking about our mihi, and I would just want us to think about clarity and getting it clear, and it's important. As I said, it is about you, but some of it isn't about you. It's about where we are from. And in the Māori, well, we're either from Tūhoi, Kahungunu, Ruapani, Ngāti Porou, and it's important that we pronounce them properly. And equally so, if we have connections, like I do and some of us do, to other countries out of New Zealand, it's important to pronounce them correctly too. So I'd like us to think about that. And I've written out a few words here, a few words for us to practice. All of us can do it, because if it's good enough for non-Māori to practice our words, it's good enough for us to get clarity on those words. In the dictionary, each country has about 4 or 5 different ways, so sometimes people don't know which one to do, and I don't blame you. I've chosen some for you, just somewhere for you to start. If you don't like it, then you go and find another one, but I want you to maintain it all the time. It's your pepeha. You're always going to derive from that country, or your ancestors did. And it's about acknowledging them just at the beginning. Okay, so if you just say it after me, you'll have a practice. And you'll see there's a theme, and Māori transliterate, and they try and emanate all those sounds. If it says England, then they try to emanate that in the Māori, and that's why I get you to say England first. So England, Ingarangi, it's a clear I, Ingarangi. And English, Ingarihi, Ingarihi. Cool, hopefully you get to this later and have a little practice. Write them out, I've written them in the post for you. Scotland. Kotirangi. No Kotirangi oku tipuna. Scotsman. Kotimana. So find your country and practice it, and practice all the others too, out of respect, and it will help your reo, because they're all similar too. Ireland. Airani. Airani. There's 4 different ways of saying it. Pick one. Airani, but be clear and concise. Irish. Airihi. Airihi. And it takes some effort. It takes some effort and consideration to say them clearly. Don't be in a rush. I'm not in a rush to hear all about you and your pepeha. I'm more concerned about you connect to where your roots are from. If you don't have that, your kōrero will be shallow. So keep going. Wales. Wēra. Welsh. Werehi. Werehi. That's it. China. Haina. Chinese. Hainamana. My grandparents are Chinese. No Haina oku tipuna. He Hainamana ia. Cool. Amerika. 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 That's the way whānau. Amerikana. He Amerikana tōku tipuna. Germany. Tiamana. Tiamani. Aroha mai. Tiamani. That's the one. Of German descent. Tiamana. Tiamana. Ka pai whānau. Thank you. Let's practice them. There's 10. Say them whole 10 over and over so you can say it proficiently and clearly. Don't even worry about your pepeha and mihi and what you do till you can say these clearly, because that's showing respect to your own heritage. Do that first. Europe. Ūropi. Ūropi. And the word they have in there is Pākehā, but the other word is Tauiwi. Tauiwi. So when we refer to other ethnicities and races and different peoples, they're known as Tauiwi. Tauiwi means from all different parts of the globe. Not just Pākehā, but a word for everyone. Tauiwi. Cool. Switzerland. Huiterangi. Huiterangi. France. There's one word, Parani, but the one everyone knows, Wīwī. Cool? Ka whai. Sorry it's taken a while. I'm going to move on to the next kaupapa now. And so when you say those, I would like you to be clear. No Ingarangi, no Airani, oku tipuna. Practice it over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's right at the beginning of your pepeha. If you don't get that right, for me, it's a waste of time saying the rest of it. It's your whānau, and I want you to feel it. and I want us to feel it. And if you mumble it, it's like you don't give it any respect. Kai kia kaha. I hope you can hear what I'm saying, and it's going to help your reo. Then we get into the mihi mihi itself, and the same thing, the clarity. The words here is ko, no, e, not e, ka whai, and that's a locative and a time tense. In the past, e, and in a location, e, ka whai, e, and e tipu ake ai au. Ka whai, e. And the next one is a location too, and a time tense of present. Presently, kei. And it means, and a location, kei para para umu au e noho ana. And ko te mea tino pai ki āhau, ko te something. Ko te hauora. Ko te mea tino pai ki āhau, ko te whānau, me ngā mokopuna. Just make your sentence slowly and pop it together. Cool. He, all these little words, but they make your story make sense and have relative time tenses and locatives. So practice that more than your big sentence. And I'll write them in here for you so you will see them. And they're in your mihi mihi. I hope it helps. So I'll just highlight them as I do mine. And to me, that's more important, and the clarity of your ancestors, where you're from. Get that first. Practice it. It'll never change. And that's why it will become part of your pepeha. It's an extension of your breath, your love, and your aroha to your own ancestry. Kapai. So, ko te umuariki mai āhau. And don't be shy to do this. It shows you know what you're saying. No. Ngai tūhoi. Ngāti kahungunu. Ngāti ruapani. And on my mum's side, me te ao Pākehā o Kotimana. It's from them that I greet you. E mihi ana kia koutou. Nō reira, tēnā koutou. Whānau mai au. I was born in the past. Whānau mai au. In the locative, o tautahi. Just one place. Some of you have got several places, but you can only be born in one place. So find out where you're born. And if you're born in Christchurch or Nelson, it would be cool to find out the Māori name. So make that your job. And names like Te Whanganui-a-Tara, they're called Te Whanganui-a-Tara. They're not called Whanganui-a-Tara. That's like calling me Umuariki. So some have te in front of their name. Some of them like Te Mahia, Te Wairoa, Te Tai Rāwhiti, but not Te Taupo. So have a look at that and find the correct names. That would be cool. Yeah. K, very clear. K, just like in K, it means presently and location. K, para para umu au e noho ana ki Aotearoa. I'm in para para umu in New Zealand. Ko te mea tino pai ki āhau, ko te something. And something that's important to me. Ko te mea tino pai ki āhau, pause. Ko te hauora, health and well-being. Ko te mātauranga, education. Hey. Me Paku whānau. Ka wai? So just build your sentence up. Just a little bit, don't overthink it. Nearly there. When you've done that, I've added in an extra one tonight. He whakatauki. Oh, your mahi, sorry, I missed your mahi. He kaiako āhau. Some might say, he mama āhau, I'm a mum. And that's nice, but I want you also to be, you must be something else as well as a mum. That might be cool. You might be a weaver, you might be a gardener, you might be a writer, you may be a painter. So just something to elaborate on your introductions. He kai karanga āhau, he kuia hoki. I'm the kai karanga e te marae and I'm a kuia to my mokopuna. So just do a little bit and head it out. He kai pāmu āhau. I'm a farmer. He kai kuti hipi āhau. Oh, you know, I'm a shearer. So yeah, whatever you might do and your interest. He kai tuhi tuhi āhau. I'm a writer. Yeah. Kai peita. Cool, I hope that helps a little bit. Nearly there. And then, and then you do ko te mea tino pai kia hau after that. And you say what's something that's important to you. So when you do your mihi mihi, and even though it sounds like a lot here, but it's short, this only takes about between 2 and 3 minutes. If you keep it short and to the point. Then it's good to have a little bit of balance, not just going all over the place. So build your story slowly, and then try and use a whakatauki to encapsulate everything you said. You don't have to find a flash one, but there'll be one that supports what you said, what you do. Don't just put a whakatauki in for the sake of putting one in and go, whakatauki, aha ko he iti he pounamu. It's like, that's true, but what does that mean? And at the moment, that's rua umoko, there's an earthquake happening. So o mihi atu ki a rua umoko in case the roof comes down. Can you see the building shaking? That's rua umoko. One of the atua, and he's not born yet. He's still in Papatuanuku. Yes, just has a rumble now and again. And when they do the haka, ruana te whenua e. And that's rua umoko. He's playing up. I think he's all good now. And I trust you're all safe too. So finish off with a whakatauki if you can, and a waiata kinaki. He waiata kinaki. And same again, sometimes don't try and just sing any song. Sing a song that supports all of that. And there's always a song that will support it. It will show you know what you're doing. But if you don't know one, just sing anyone then. And when you're finished your waiata, āue. And then we have this thing called he kupu whakamutunga. And that's just something to finish off with. There might have been a sentiment out of that song. You might have sung ko te aroha. And you could just reiterate it with your kupu. Nō reira e te whānau, e toru ngā mea, ko te whakapono, te tūmanako, me te aroha. Nō reira tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. There you go. There you go. I'm sorry if it's taken a while, but just some little, hopefully a tip from you, for you, sorry. Practice those, and they're all Ireland, Scotland, England, but it's nice to get clear on them. It's important to me because it's going to be important for you. Yeah. And if you started off your mihi mihi and you botched it up right at the beginning, all the rest will be a bit the same. So practice that. Practice that and you will benefit from it. You will be enriched from it. Okay? So that's about it for now. Don't forget to grab your mihi that you've done in this page, and please take it for me over to Ngā Haue Whā, our online wānanga page, and share it in there to get them started. Apart from that, have a good night and evening, or whatever it is for you, and I'll see you tomorrow evening at 7 PM Kiwi for our immersion for beginners. So let's have some fun in there, and yeah, but practice. You practice your mihi at home. If you get a chance, put your video up, sing your song. Don't make it too daunting, just relax and do the little bit you can, and we're all here to support you. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because even mine aren't. Alright, that's it for now. Tēnā koutou, e hoa mā, kua tai mai nei, I tēnei wā, nō reira rā, e hoa mā, kia ora rā, koutou katoa. Thought you were coming. Kua rongo hoki āhau, kua rongo hoki āhau, kua rongo hoki āhau, kei te haere mai koutou nō reira rā, e hoa mā, kia ora rā, koutou katoa, kia ora rā, koutou katoa. Ka pai. If you haven't made a start yet, it's all good, but you might want to get started. And if you need a awhi, sing out. There's some cool people in here and they will help you. Alright, the earthquake's gone now. Pō mauri e. I'm going to do some more mahi. I'm looking forward to seeing your videos too. Pō mauri e.